Hi everyone, my name is Kirsten. Thanks for joining me for yoga today. Today we're going to be doing a heart opening practice, and it's going to really focus on opening up through the shoulders and through the upper rib cage. And I just am totally ready for this. I am feeling sore from the last couple practices that I've done, so this is going to be a nice balance to that. I have, this is just the belt from a robe, like a bathrobe, because I don't have a yoga strap at home. But if you have a yoga strap, use that. If you want to find like a belt, you can use a necktie. You could use a little towel. Anything that doesn't stretch too much is going to work, and it'll be fine. And if you have really flexible shoulders, you might not need it at all. But I'm just going to keep this nearby so that it's ready for me. Come on over to your mat. Coming up to the top of your mat, and just start to roll back and through the shoulders. And just take a minute, feel where you're at. Roll through your toes, through your feet, start to lift up through the kneecaps, through the tops of the thighs. Slow that breath down. Inhale the shoulders forward, up over the top. Exhale the shoulder blades down the back and a little taller through the back of the neck, lengthening. Take a deep inhale up, root down firm through your feet. Exhale, open across the shoulders, lift through the center of the ribs. Inhale, lift up. And again, exhale, cactus at those arms, open through the chest and shoulders. Again, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, scrape the wall behind you with the backs of your hands. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, open through the chest and shoulders. This time, inhaling up. Exhale to dive down, long spine. We're going to go through sun salutation and just using that sun salutation as some time to check in and see where your body's at today. A little ragdoll movement here if you need it. Shake out your head. Take one more breath. We'll spiral in of the thigh bones, see how that feels. Inhale halfway up. Stretch your spine, crown to tail. Exhale back down. Hands frame up the feet, taking your right foot, giant step back. Finding a tall lunge. Reaching back through that back foot, nice straight spine. So if you have blocks, or if you want to put your hands up on your leg, you can. Whatever is going to allow you to keep that straight posture. Reach through that back foot. Feel where you're at. If you need to roll through the ankle a little bit as you breathe, go for it. If you'd like to take a little bit of a right to left sway. And then planting your palms, step into plank. Find a tall plank on your toes or on your knees. Take a couple breaths here. Start to feel that rolling back of the shoulders, rolling back and open. If you want to, you can just shrug those back. Back and around. One more time, spreading out the fingers really big. Take a deep inhale. Exhale all the way down into chaturanga. Reach forward through the crown of the head. Push the toenails into the mat. And feel like you're engaging the glutes by squeezing them a little bit. You're sending the hips, the points of the hip bones down into your mat. And keeping the toenails down. Inhale, peel back into baby cobra. Roll the chest and shoulders open, cactusing out those arms again. Reach the pinkies toward each other. And then bringing that down. One more time, inhale. Exhale, roll the shoulders back, reach the pinkies toward each other. And then bringing it back. Plant your palms right next to your rib cage. Tuck your toes under. Oops, not yet. Inhale, peel up into your cobra. You can lift up any amount and keep those toenails in contact with the mat. Nothing should feel like it's stressful on your low back vertebrae here. Should all feel like a good opening of the front body. So it's not about how far into the pose you're getting, it's just about how the pose is feeling in your body today. Take one more big breath all the way into the low belly. Inhale your toes under. Exhale, shifting back, belly button pulls in, downward facing dog. Spread out your fingers really big, let those heels melt down. You're still checking in with yourself, so if you'd like to, you can pedal out those feet and just see where that depth of each heel is as you shift from right to left. Arms are super strong. Letting those heels melt down, letting the tailbone reach up. Try and get some length in the backs of the legs there. Let the heart melt down between the shoulders. Take one more big breath. Eyes looking forward, walking your feet up, right and left, into a forward fold. Inhale all the way up. And exhale back into your mountain. And just taking a moment, kind of seeing how your weight is sitting from your right to your left foot. Seeing how your weight is sitting from your shoulders down to your fingertips. Top of your mat, inhale to lift. Rooting through the feet, exhale, dive down, push the hips back, reach forward through the crown of the head. And if you'd like to, you can hold those elbows, frame out the face a little bit. Taking about 3 more breaths, start to feel gravity working on the muscles in your face. And if you're joining me in the middle of a busy day or a busy morning and evening, see if you can. I'm going to ask you to just kind of leave everything outside of the yoga mat and just check your brain into being present right here with your practice. Releasing those arms if you're holding them. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, framing out those feet, taking that left leg a giant step back. And taking time to place your feet, taking time to find where they need to be, finding a straight spine, feeling that even pressure in the front foot. Checking in on this side of the body. So sometimes it's really hard to be present with your practice. It's easy to kind of let your brain drift off to that to-do list. So doing your best to just give yourself permission to be present with that breath and be present with each pose right here in the rectangle of your mat. Moving any way you need to with this lunge, seeing how that left hip is doing, and then planting your palms, stepping into your plank, toes or knees. So finding time with that plank, feeling all those muscles kick in. You can always go right to a downward dog if you need a rest. But while we're here, we're pressing the shoulders down away from the ears. We're pulling the navel up into the spine. Take a big breath. Exhale, come on down all the way to your mat. Flatten through the toenails. Inhale, extend the arms and lift. Reach through your fingers and toes. Exhale, squeezing back through. Streamline back, fingers and toes. Roll the shoulders back and open, send the center of the ribcage forward. Bring it back down. Inhale, extend and lift. Exhale, streamline through, open through the shoulders. And one more time, bring that back down. Inhale, extend and lift. Long as you can, exhale, reach through the fingers. And bring that back down. Plant your palms, inhale into cobra, elbows tuck in tight to the sides, heart sends forward, lots of space between those ears and shoulders. So as you're here, notice how you're holding your weight in your hands. You might feel like your weight is rolling over to the pinkies or to the thumbs. So try to even that out. Feel where your index fingers are at all parts of the undersides of your knuckles. Inhale the toes under, exhale, shifting back. Find that downward facing dog, second one of our practice. Breathe and expand into that rib cage, all the way into the backs of the hamstrings. A little pigeon-toed if you'd like. You can send those heels away from each other, keeping the creases of the elbows spinning toward the front of the mat. Take one more breath. Eyes looking forward, walking up, left, right. Into your forward fold again. Inhaling all the way up. Really tall. Exhaling to your heart center. realigning all those vertebrae back into your mountain. So we're going to keep going here. Today's practice is not going to be particularly intense with constant movement, but we are going to be really mindful as we move with our shoulders, and we're really going to take care with them so we don't take them beyond what we're capable of. Spread out through your toes. Lift up through the kneecaps. Inhale to lift. Exhale to dive. Drop the chin. Inhale halfway. Exhale into your plank. Toes or knees. Take a breath here. Exhale, chaturanga. Scoop through with the breastbone. Inhale up into your cobra. If you're feeling warmer and you'd like to go to upward dog, you just press through the tops of the feet. Extend the elbows. Upward facing dog. Exhale, belly button pulls in. Downward facing dog. Heels melt. Take a breath one time. And then way up on your tiptoes. And then rolling down into a tabletop. Finding a stable posture in your table. So setting up your hands directly under your shoulders, your knees directly under your hips, really stable. Belly button pulls up into the body for our stability here. Take that right arm, inhale, way open, trying to keep the hips square. Exhale, thread that through, bringing the shoulder to the mat. Feeling that rotation, you can take your left hand and press it into the mat. Breathe to expand across the upper back, across the shoulder blades, reach back through the hips. If you'd like to, you can open that left arm. And then if you'd like to, you can take that left leg back. Option to wrap. Or if you'd rather, you can extend. One more breath. Replacing that knee, planting your left hand, open that up, inhale, and then exhale, bringing that back center. Sitting back into a child's pose just for a moment, crawling the fingertips forward, little shifting of your weight if you need to. Let the heart melt down. And then just bringing that right back up, finding your tabletop, planting your right hand this time, getting stable, pulling in through the belly button. Left arm opens, really big open shoulder, deep inhale. Exhale, threading through, bringing that shoulder to the mat. Your right hand can press to help rotate those shoulders, stacking the right over the left. We're moving in that direction. Nothing should be painful here, being kind to yourself with your practice. Option to open through that right arm. If you want to extend the right leg, if there's room for it, go for it. You don't have to. Figure out what shape your pose is going to take. You can flip your palm around and take that hand to wrap the low back. Or if you want to, you can extend it overhead. Breathing to expand into the upper back. And replacing that right knee, replacing that right hand. Open up through that left side. And then exhale, bring it right back. From here, just keeping your knees right where they're at, walk the hands forward into a downward puppy. And you're just going to crawl the fingertips, let the heart melt down. Try to keep the hips right over the knees. Taking about 2 or 3 breaths. Make any adjustments you need to make. Being careful with your shoulders. And then slowly backing out of that. Tucking the toes under, find downward dog. Eyes looking forward, you can walk those feet up and find forward fold. Inhale up, deep inhale. And exhale, opening back up into your mountain. Roll it back and open. Top of your mat. So from here, having that strap ready just nearby where you can pick it up easily if you need it. And from here, top of your mat, inhaling, deep breath up. Exhale, diving down. Drop the chin. Inhale halfway. Exhale back down, stepping into your right leg back, into a lunge. You're going to add some movement with this, so finding even pressure in your front foot. Inhale straight to extend that front leg. Exhale right back into your lunge. So you're finding that range, you're pulling that hip forward to stay square to the front of your mat. Take about 3 more breaths. Feel the spine get taller. Feel that front big toe plant to the mat. And last one. All the way down to the mat with the back knee. Flatten through the toenails. Inhale to lift. Exhale, cactus those arms out, lift through the heart. Inhale, reach to the wall in front of you, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, lift up and open. Lift through that heart. 2 more breaths. Inhaling. Legs are firm, tail tucks under, heart lifts, sending that whole front body forward. Here's 2. Heart lifts up, tail tucks, open that right hip, open that heart. Last time. All the way back down to the mat, frame out that foot, tuck your back toes under, and step into your plank. Taking a breath, move through your chaturanga. Inhale, scooping up into your cobra or your upward dog. Exhaling into your downward facing dog. And then taking that right leg, reaching it way, way up, extend as tall as you can. And you can either hold it right there or you can add some little points and flex through that standing foot. 3 and 2. Trying to separate those feet. And 1. Stepping forward all the way back up, forward fold. And here you can grab onto that strap if you'd like, spread out through the toes. Inhaling all the way back up. Exhale and open into your mountain. So you can take your hands, you don't need this, but if you want to use this, you can hold this at any length. I have mine in a loop, so I could just loop my hands. So whatever's going to work for you. You can hold this behind your back in whatever way is going to work. Or you can just interlock your fingers behind your back. So you want to really focus on what's going to be best for your shoulders in this posture and then choose that option. So spreading out through your toes, roll the shoulders back and open. Inhale up. Exhale your hands behind you and either hold that strap or interlock your fingers. Lifting through the heart. Bring the big toes together. Index fingers can extend. Inhale to lift. Reach your hands for the floor. Exhale, belly button pulls in, soften the knees, lift the pinkies up and overhead. Push through your heels, squeeze your butt, lift your heart, big breath in, and exhale, pulling through the belly button, lifting up. 3 more breaths, push through those heels, we're doing a folding fan. Exhale, belly pulls in, send the hips back as you hinge. Big inhale, open the front body, squeeze the glutes to support that low back as you extend upward. Push through the heels, squeeze the hips, lift the heart, keep them strong. Last time. Pushing through those legs, really, really strong, lift. And then release your hands or release that strap out. And bringing that back to the top of your mat, nice work. Spread out through your toes. Finding your mountain posture. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, diving down, long, tall spine. Inhale halfway. Exhale your left foot back this time. Finding your tall lunge. At the top of your mat, your big toe is planting really firm. Your back foot is pushing back strong. And if you'd like to, when you have room, you can have movement. Inhaling straight and exhaling to sink back into that lunge. As you move, your spine stays tall. Let that exhale draw the belly button up into the body, engaging through that core. And that left hip is constantly just spinning forward, trying to bring it forward to the front of the mat. Last 2. Shoulders stay strong away from the ears. Last 1. And on this next breath, lowering your back knee all the way down, flatten through the toes. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, open through that heart, cactusing out the arms. Reach and extend. Inhaling. Exhale, open. So as you reach and extend, open across the shoulder blades, separate the scapula, and then lift up, backs of the knuckles, point to the back wall. 3 more breaths. Firm up through those legs. Knuckles push back. And 2, open the shoulder blades, separate, and then lift the heart. Last 1. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, your hands to the mat, frame out your foot. Step back into your plank, toes or knees. Taking a breath, and exhale, move through your chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up into your cobra or your upward facing dog. Exhale, into your downward facing dog. And then from here, inhaling that left leg way up. Way up. Reaching as tall as you can. Trying to separate your feet. And then point and flex 3. And 2. And 1. And then stepping forward and through. Find your forward fold. Inhale, lifting all the way back up. Exhale to your heart center. And into your mountain. All right, so we're going to keep going from here. And I'm going to grab a little drink. Continuing to work on opening these shoulders up, really letting them get nice and juicy with our practice today. So coming on up to the top of your mat, zipping up strong. Inhale to lift. Exhale, dive down, long spine, drop the chin. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, stepping back into a warrior stance. And again, you can grab this strap if you want. Inhale, lifting up warrior 1. So we're taking that right side body and turning for the front of the mat. So from here, we're going to take that right arm, and you can hold a yoga strap in that right hand if you like. And we're going to reach tall, tall, tall. Let that elbow bend. Like you're trying to push this elbow backward. Left hand can either help out that right elbow. We're still spinning that right side body forward. Or if you'd like, you can take that left hand, wrap it around the back, and either finding that yoga strap, and I'm going to show you what that looks like, either finding that yoga strap, or if your hands meet, you can just hold your hands together. So from here, finding that warrior 1 with our cow's face arms, lift the heart, try to take your elbows and open them up so they're trying to touch the wall behind you. Lift up through the heart, strong through the feet. Take 1 big breath. Take 1 more all the way into that right hip. And then releasing that out. You can put that in front of you if you need it. Inhale, lift up, find warrior 1. Exhale, down to the mat. Step into your plank. Take a deep inhale up. Exhale. Chaturanga, inhale, lift. Exhale and dive. Downward facing dog. Take that right leg, extend way up. And then stepping forward and through, plant into a warrior stance. So taking that left leg this time, finding that warrior stance, you can grab your yoga strap again. Inhale up, find your warrior 1. So this time, finding that left side body spinning forward. Warrior 1, we lift tall, holding the strap in your left hand this time. Lift tall and then bend that elbow, dropping your hand down the back. And your right hand can just start off, if you like, by helping that left elbow to open. Lift through the heart. We're still spinning the left hip and shoulder to the front of the mat. Option to take that right hand and reach it as far up your back as you can. You can crawl the hands together. I like yoga strap. If, as you roll the shoulders open, if your hands meet, you can hold hands. Inhale and exhale. Breathe through this. Opening those elbows, keeping the legs strong in a warrior stance. Breathe across the front body. Into the belly, into the hip one more time. And then releasing out of that, you can drop that down. Inhale, find your warrior 1. Exhale to your mat. Step into your plank, toes or knees. Take a breath. Exhale, move through your asana. Big inhale up. Exhaling, navel pulls in, hiking back, heels melt, tail reaches. Eyes look forward, left leg inhales way up. Exhale, steps forward and through, all the way up into your forward fold. And take a deep inhale all the way up. Exhale to your heart center, into your mountain. So again, rolling back, finding where you're at. Making sure that you're starting off from a really lifted up place. So finding that even pressure in the bottoms of your feet. Spread out those toes, like you can try and see a little bit of the mat in between each toe. Activate your legs. Zip up through the spine, those bandha muscles. Inhale, float the arms up. Exhale, all the way back into a plank. You can step or hop to get there, whatever you want. Take a breath. And then move through your chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up, cobra or upward dog. Exhale to your downward dog. Inhale your right leg way up. Exhale, drawing it through, planting it in a low lunge that's a little bit wide, so to the outside of your right hand. And you can drop that back knee, low lunge. So from here, this might be a really big hip opener. If you'd like to take a moment here, you can glide your weight forward. You're tucking the tailbone under. And if you'd like to, you can just gently move your hip a little bit. Again, really, really mindful that nothing is feeling like it hurts. You're just working through that range in your hip. Rolling onto the blade of the foot a little bit and then back. One more time. And bringing that center. And so from here, you can stay right here. And if your knee is comfortable, then you can add a bend. And you can either stay right here, or you can take a strap with a loop and you can loop your foot, the top of your foot, and you can either bring that in that way, or if there's room for it, you can cartwheel that right arm back and find your foot. You might need to adjust your front foot out or in a little bit, your front hand, that's fine. This can be a really intense stretch in that quad and in that shoulder. So send your heart forward, open the shoulder, breathe into that tightest part of your pose, whatever is feeling it the most. One more breath. Release that out. Tuck your back toes under. Right up into a three-leg dog. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step forward and through into a forward fold. Find your forward fold, spread out those toes. You can give them a little help if you'd like with your hands. Inhale all the way up. And exhale, bringing it back to your mountain. All right, doing really well, guys. We're going to do the same thing on the other side of the body. And again, if you're using the strap, sometimes it takes a minute to set up a yoga prop or to set up your yoga pose. So you can pause class and do this at your own pace and then jump back in. But you can just take the time, give yourself that time that you need to get that pose set to a point that's really going to give you that full benefit. Top of your mat, open through the shoulders. Inhale to lift, exhale and dive. Drop the chin. Step or hop into your plank. Take a breath. Move through chaturanga. Hands are strong. Inhale, open through the heart. Exhale, find your downward facing dog. Left leg inhales way up. Exhale, steps through nice and wide to the outside of your left foot, lowering that back knee down, flattening through the toes. So once you're here, this can feel really intense all by itself. So you can just stay here and hang for a while, feel how that right hip is opening, how that left hip feels, that foot is maybe angling a little bit wide. Tail is tucking under. You can take your left hand, and if you'd like, if there's room for it, you can just gently rock through that left hip. So just pressing it a little bit open, rolling to the blade of the foot, And then coming back, taking your time with that. And then just coming back to the middle with your hands. You can stay right here if you like, or you can bend through that knee. You can use your yoga strap to catch your foot, or if you'd like to, you can take that left hand and cartwheel back and find your foot. Now you might cartwheel back and just find your hand wrapping your low back. That can also work. So this can feel very intense. Breathe into the tightest parts of your pose. Open through the heart. Lean the shoulders back. Tail stays a little bit tucked. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Still keeping the whole front body bending forward. Finding where you need to be on this side of the body. Take one more breath. Releasing that down. All the way back, planting your palms, tuck the back toes under, and extend into your three-legged dog. And then come all the way back up. Exhale into your forward fold. Letting that even out a bit. Inhaling all the way back up. And exhale into your mountain. Top of your mat. Inhale to lift. Exhale to dive. Long spine. Drop the chin. Inhale halfway. Exhale, step or hop into your plank. Take a breath. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg way up. Exhale, drawing that forward and through. Planting your foot, planting your back foot in a warrior stance. Cartwheeling up to your warrior two. So you can take time to place your feet in warrior two. Turn the hips and shoulders to square up to the long edge of your mat. Knee pushes wide. Feel where that's at. Inhale up. And exhale, bring it back down. Take two more breaths. Try and lengthen that front body, that right side. One more time. Lift up. Eyes follow that thumb if you want. Bringing it all the way to the low back. You can put your knuckles together. You can hold your hands. If you want to try, really roll the shoulders back and reverse a prayer, you can reverse a prayer. So figure out where you need to be. Any variation. You can use that yoga strap if you'd like. Shoulders roll back. Feel like you're constantly rolling it back, sending the center of the ribs forward and up. Breathe into the rib cage to expand across the upper ribs. Low in the legs. We're staying strong. One more big breath. Expand the upper rib cage all the way to the collarbones. And release that out. Let's roll out those wrists. And your warrior two. Other way. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, cartwheel all the way back down to your mat. Stepping into your plank. Toes or knees, take a breath. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, downward facing dog. And then taking that left leg this time. Inhale to lift. Exhale, stepping forward, planting your feet in a warrior stance, finding those feet, cartwheeling up, find your warrior two. Finding those feet, finding the depth of your warrior stance. Taking a minute to turn the hips and shoulders. To open wide with that knee, pressing it toward the pinky toe side of your foot. Really, really strong. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink back down, belly button pulls in. You can follow your left thumb with your eyes if you want. Stretch that left side body. As you exhale, take one more breath. Exhale, the hands to the low back, finding whatever position you want to use for your hands. So I'm going to just roll those shoulders back and open and find my reverse prayer. This is challenging for me, but not painful, just challenging. So if it's painful, back your way out of the pose and find something that's going to be challenging, but also beneficial. So finding that low warrior stance, keep lifting through the heart constantly. Breathe and expand the rib cage 2 times. staying tall through that spine. One more time. Releasing your hands into your warrior two. Roll out through those wrists. Other way. Extending long, deep breath. Cartwheel down. And then taking your front foot step back into your plank. Take a breath. Move through your chaturanga. Inhaling up into your cobra or your upward dog. Exhale to your downward facing dog. And from here, you can step or hop your feet into a wide stance for a Malasana squat. So about mat width apart, and you can always take a block under your hips if this helps you. If you are in Malasana and your heels are not flat, if they're lifting off of the floor, you can also take the edge of your mat behind your heels and roll it up so you have a little bolster of support. So finding your Malasana, nice tall spine, hands come to prayer. Use the elbows to open the hips. Feel the spine grow taller with your posture. Breathe all the way down into the base of the spine, pelvic floor, Mula Bandha. And then expand that breath all the way up the spine to the collarbones, the base of the throat. Let your exhale reverse that. And then from here, releasing pressure from the hands, taking your left shoulder and dropping it down into the inside of that thigh bone. Open through that right shoulder. Turn the heart toward the side wall, sitting in Malasana. You can keep your right arm up, or you can take it and wrap the low back of the hand to the low back. If you want to try and bind, taking that left hand, flip your palm over, palm up, and you can reach around the front of the shin. And if your hands are meeting each other, great. If not, you can take that strap and you can connect your hands with the strap, or you don't have to bind at all. So figure out what's going to work for you. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Send your heart to the side. You're rolling to the side. And release that out. If you want to, you can just hang out in Malasana. If you want to take an opportunity to reach forward, bend through the elbows, chaturanga, squeeze the arms like a thigh master. And you can take a moment for crow pose if you like. And then coming back out, extend the hips up. Find that forward fold. On the balls of the feet, we're going to walk your hands around to the right. Pivoting around, bend the knees, have a seat. Walk the hands out. Extended child's pose with these royal sitting legs. Try to stack the right knee over the left. Nothing hurts. Breathe into the tighter parts of your pose. Walking the hands back, allow the hips to rest on the mat. Trying to get your spine really tall. Feel that connection of your sits bones. You might be finding that your left sits bone is holding more of your weight than your right, so you can do your best to try and even that out. Sitting really tall. And keeping the hips grounded and not letting them lift. If you would like to go a little bit further, imagine a string tied to the center of the chest, reaching your heart forward. So other things you could do here. You could do this with a block under your hips. You could also take that bottom leg and straighten it out so just your right leg is bent. So you can do anything you need to make this pose accessible today. Coming back up, take your hands, follow your top foot down to your right foot. Plant your palms. We're going to unwind those legs into a forward fold with wide feet. Inhale, halfway up, feet are still wide. Exhale, bringing it back down. You can step or hop into a plank. Take a breath. Move through your chaturanga. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, finding your downward facing dog. Take a moment here in your downward dog. And then bringing your hands together, feet are going to step or hop wide into your Malasana squat. So taking the time again to find yourself in Malasana. Find your spine, lifting the vertebrae. Feel that reach through the crown of the head as the shoulders press down the back, lengthening the neck. Keeping your spine so straight. Reaching down through the hips, but reaching up through the top of the head. Imagining the distance in between each vertebrae. And then if you'd like to, a little bit of a rock, right and left. You can go ahead and see if there's room there. And this time, adding that rotation in Malasana, dropping that right shoulder to the inside of the right thigh bone, opening through that left side. Really open heart. An option, if you'd like to try and bind, you can flip that palm over, half bind. And then if you'd like to, you can flip your other palm over and wrap around the front of the shin. And if your hands meet, they can hold on, or you can grab that strap, or you can just stay in any variation of a bind. Any variation of Malasana. Breathe and expand into that shoulder, into that pose. Turning the heart off to the left. And then unwind, bring it back, center. Option to stay in Malasana, so you can come back up. Or if you'd like to just take a moment and play in crow pose, you can plant your palms, spread the hands out really big, belly pulls in, tuck yourself into a ball, push actively through the palms and through the arms. Breathe, 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 finding that balance point. And then bringing it back down, extend up into a forward fold. Feet are still about mat width apart. So this time we're walking our hands over to our left foot. Lift the heels, pivot on the balls of the feet, bend the knees, and allow yourself to have a seat. So any way you want to get there. Last time we had our right leg on top, so this time your left leg should be on top. And if you are the reverse of that for whatever reason, as long as you do both sides, you're going to be fine. So finding that posture, and then extending, just walking the hands forward, finding that child's pose, letting the legs settle. You can keep your fingers on the fingertips if you like, or if you like your hands flat, whatever works. Breathe across the upper back. Feel the shoulder blades expand away from each other with each breath. And then walking back, have a seat. So this side of the body, again, you can sit on a block if you need to. You may feel that you're sitting heavier on the right hip than on the left. So you can take your time to kind of adjust a little bit, trying to find a very rooted, grounded posture with the sits bones. This can be a really intense stretch, so take your time with it. Give yourself that time. Feel yourself lifted up tall. Breathing into the low belly, expanding into the belly, into the hips. Keeping the hips grounded. If you want to take it further, if you want more intensity, like there's a string leading the heart forward, you can just send your heart. And bringing that back. Really grounded through. And from here, we're just going to bring the hands behind you and unwind those legs. Just kind of wiggle them out. And make sure you have room behind you on your mat. Shoulders roll back and open. Roll it all the way down. Walk the vertebrae onto the mat. Getting the shoulders beneath you. Our fingertips are long at your sides. Take a minute, just kind of walk those shoulder blades under, planting through your feet. And you want your hips and your knees to be in alignment. So sometimes the knees want to splay open a little bit. Do your best to keep those legs, those thigh bones parallel. Lengthen the back of the neck. Press through the backs of the arms from the shoulder all the way down to the fingertips and all through the parts of your soles of your feet, all evenly. Take a big breath. Exhale. Keep your spine very straight and push into a bridge. So keeping that spine straight, lift, keeping those knees and hips in alignment. Send that forward, take a breath. And exhale, bringing it back down. One more time, big breath. And then exhale, even pressure in the feet, the arms, reach, reach, reach. And if you have extra room, you can walk the shoulder blades backward toward each other, interlock the fingers, if there's room for it. And send that rib cage up a little bit more. Strong push through the hips. You're squeezing those glutes, you're pushing through the feet. One more breath, expand the front of the belly and ribs. And then walk the shoulders back out. And exhale, walk your vertebrae back down, articulate the spine onto your mat. Oh, walking those feet out a little bit if you need to. You can hug that in, roll it out. Anything you need to do to help resolve these muscles in between, give them a little break, a little breather. So from here, bringing the heels in, letting those knees open into an angle, bound angle, well not bound angle, just a laying reclined angle. Match the soles of your feet together. So you feel the heel matching the heel, the shape of the big toe, shape of all the little toes, and the shape of the blade of the foot, ball of the foot. And as you get that even pressure in your feet, you might even be able to kind of scoot your hips closer to your heels. Push your knees to the walls on either side of you. If your back is lifting off the mat a little bit, it's okay, as long as nothing is painful. Breathe into this big hip opener here. Still keeping the back of the neck lengthened. And then slowly release out of that. Tuck the tail under a bit, bring those knees in. Windshield wiper that out a little if you'd like. Bringing that center, we're gonna roll it up. We'll take a couple rolls. So I'm gonna do 3 or 4 rolls, just rolling from the hips to the center of the shoulders and back, but not onto my neck. And last one, and all the way up. Flipping this around. I'm gonna lower all the way onto my belly. Going into bow pose. So you want to be really mindful. There's a lot of joints that could experience a lot of pressure in bow pose. So we're going to start one side at a time. And if you want to progress it to doing both your right and your left at the same time, you can go there, but just really listen to what your shoulders, hips, knees are all telling you. Bringing this back center, you can cross those arms, stay nice and centered, right knee bends. Now you can always use this strap. So if you want to hook the strap on the top of your foot, you can. You can take that right there. And that is one way to engage here. Careful not to let that knee splay wide. You want to keep the knee hip distance apart, so in line with your hip. So you can use that strap if you like, or you can find your foot grabbing from the inside, the outside. It's really whatever is going to be comfortable for you. So starting off, squeeze the glutes a little bit, sending the hip bones toward your mat, lengthening down your quadricep, mindful of your right knee. If you want to add a little bit here, you can come up onto your left forearm, and you can use your hand, if there's room, to bend and draw that heel closer to your hip. If there's not room to do that, then don't do that. You don't want to go farther than is comfortable for that knee joint. And then from here, reversing the pressure of that, so easing off with your hand, pressing the foot into the hand, opening that shoulder. Feel the front of that right shoulder expand with your breath. Send the shoulder away from the foot. Still squeezing through your glutes. And then releasing, softening out of that. Switching sides. So this time taking that left knee, and you can use that yoga strap to hook your foot and hold your pose there. Or if you'd like, taking that left hand, finding your foot from the inside, outside, finding a grip that works. Checking your knee alignment and your hip alignment, making sure that they're in a straight line from knee to hip and hip to knee. And you can keep this right here if you like. Start to squeeze the glutes, sending the hip bones down into the ground, extending those hips. If you'd like to walk it up onto that form a little bit more, you can. And then starting to see how far you can comfortably draw that foot in toward the hip. Again, nothing should be painful here. It might be different from one side of the body to the other. Breathing into this, still keeping the glutes engaged. So you're still squeezing your butt a little bit to send those hips down. This can be a very intense stretch, so take your time with it. And then releasing the pressure from the hand, and then if you can, if it's comfortable, reversing, pressing the foot into the hand, squeezing the glutes, and then opening that left shoulder. Breathing into this. And if pressure on your knee here is not okay, then just back out of it, and you don't need to do the pose anywhere that it bothers you. Only go as far as you can. And that's just exactly where you should be for the day. Releasing that. Plant your palms right next to the ribs. Sit back into your child's pose. Walk the knees a little wider, and then let it go. Shift it right and left. Crawl the fingertips forward. Big side body stretch. Breathe into the sides of the ribs. And we're going to take that right back forward onto our belly. So you can go into your bow pose on the right and left side one more time, or if you'd like, you can try and do both at the same time. So bringing it down to your mat. Remember to support by keeping that hip strong. You're squeezing your butt. Bending both knees. You can keep it right here. Keeping the knees and hips in alignment. And then if you feel like you are able, roll the shoulders back and open, finding the feet. Squeeze through the glutes for support. Shoulders roll back and open. You're squeezing the shoulder blades together, reaching the heart forward and opening. You can draw the feet inward. And then if you have room for it, by squeezing the glutes, by pushing the feet into the hands, you can open those shoulders. Breathe to expand across the shoulders, across the front ribs. And release that down. Hands come right next to the rib cage, pushing back into a child's pose. Finding where you need to be. And just taking your left hand, crossing it over your right, and then sitting back. Breathe into the side of the ribs. Bringing that center, right hand then crosses over the left. Sit it back. Breathe into the side of the ribs. And bringing that center, you can let those knees walk apart a little bit. Planting the center of the forehead, the mind's eye, and let those arms be loose and heavy as you drag them around to rest your hands next to your feet. Melt the shoulders over the knees. You can also have your forehead planted on a block. Take 1 or 2 breaths here, softening the muscles in the face. Softening through the upper shoulders, letting those arms get loose and heavy. Take a big inhale, allowing your mouth to open. And as you exhale, big open mouth exhale. And from here, keeping the weight in the arms just very loose. Let those hands come toward the face, plant your palms, gently press yourself up to sit comfortably on your mat. Shoulders roll back. So sitting in any way that's comfortable for you. You can be kneeling, you can be sitting cross-legged. And just interlocking your palms, roll out the wrists. And roll the other way. We're going to finish with a Bali seal today, and it's going to act as our finishing pose, but also as our final relaxation, just letting you be really present with your breath and how it's moving through your body. So the goal is going to be to time your breath and your movement so they happen and begin and end at the same time. So with your big toes together and your heels slightly, and your knees slightly separated, walk those hands out really, really long. Find your beginning posture. Take your hands, stacking them on the tailbone. And let's just kind of practice through this one time. As you inhale, you're going to lift up onto the knees, a tall kneeling posture. Inhale, inhale, inhale. As you cannot lift, or when you can't lift anymore at your tallest point, that's also when you should be finished with your inhale. So 5 to 8 seconds breathing in is the goal. And then you'll begin there to reverse your movement. So as your movement reverses, you exhale, 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 exhale. Folding back into that child's pose, getting your body melted toward the mat. And when you cannot exhale any more breath at all, you should be at the very lowest point of the posture. And then we start again. So as you feel ready, beginning with that breath cycle, exhale to fold, belly pulls in, breathing out all the air, trying to arrive at the exact moment you run out of breath. Relaxing the muscles in the face. You may find as you move through your Bali seal on your own, at your own pace, that you have to adjust the speed of your movement to match your breath. So that is our goal as we move, trying to get them to be in synchronicity, is that a word? Harmonious. Take 3 more breaths with your Bali seal. And settling at the bottom with your last breath. Let the hands rest by your feet, letting the shoulders melt. And breathe in and out through the nose, relaxing, letting those shoulders melt down. And just take the time here to let your whole upper body relax. And sit with your breath, noticing that movement up and down the spine. And you can sit with this for as long as you need to until you reach the end of your practice today.